Hey guys, how we doing? It's Sven back with another video. Hope all has been good. Hope everyone's been getting some decent results out there on Sorare. We did manage to get ourselves a couple of rewards, as you can see. Let's dive straight into the teams. Under 23 rare team did not yield any rewards. Let's have a quick look at it. Had Kosi, Tani, and goals for Shonen. Yeah, we squeezed in a common card here. We didn't even have a forward for under 23s, so wasn't expecting much. Don't think I was far off a reward in the end. Asia rare. We had the defensive stack for Sanfrecce Hiroshima with Araki and Sasaki. This 93 score was just from AA alone. How do we see it here? Amazing. 57 all-round score. Just absolutely crushing it. The rest of the team, a Nagoya Grandpa stack. As a few ye probably know, Nagoya conceded in the final. They conceded twice in the final 10 minutes. So no clean sheet for Langerak. Challenger Europe rare. Another common card in our goalkeeper, Nicholas Hedil. Zeigel and Veroni were actually bought very recently to kind of fill these exact challenger spots for the end of the season. Kamil Patiukovsky, he's the best AA scorer in the Austrian league. Anyway, this just about got us a tier 2. 28th position would have got us a tier 3 rare for challenger, but we got ourselves the bottom of the spectrum in terms of tier 2s. Let's jump straight into the rewards. Let's do it, shall we? Tier 2 rare. Umut Nair, are you serious? I already have 2 guys from this team. Oh no, I don't have Guilherme yet. But I have their keeper, mate. I have their keeper. Wasn't expecting too much. I'm using my Dan Rotz reward as a reference point. Okay, he's worth just under 200 bucks. At least his contract isn't finished. He's a forward, man. Look, honestly, I'll take forwards. Like you saw with our under 23 team. We had a common card as a forward. We really are lacking forwards. And for good fixtures, I can put this guy up front with their keeper. Some nice recent form there. Look at these AA scores. I'm more happy about. Anyway, next. So we're going to see a tier 3 Asia? No, I'm losing my mind, am I? Goalkeeper common card will definitely take this every day of the week. Gook. Pohang Steelers or Jeju? Bing. Pohang Steelers. Nice. Keeper getting game time also. Some more utility for when I may need him. Bam, bam. We're also going to take a look. Oh, here we go. Tier 3 rare. Wu J. Okay. Let's see what you got for me, Wu J. Don't worry. No pressure. I'm not expecting much. 29-year-old defender. A left back, a left winger sometimes. Not an amazing card, but hey, I'll cash in that 60 euro, or the floor price now is even more. So I do wanna take a look. There's all our rewards claimed. I do want to let you take a look at my teams for game week 266. While we're at it, put it all into one video. High hopes for 266. Again, spent a lot of time on doing our teams, you know. A lot of time on doing our teams. We completely revamped our common team. Usually we're seeing a lot of Real Madrid defenders. We have Carvajal, we have David Alaba. But we just revamped the team. Got Andrew Farrell in the mix. Got a Mexican goalkeeper. Feeling quite good about it. The underdog rare. We're going to see a defensive stack for United in Telles and Varane. This team requires 2 players with an under 40 recent average and 1 player maximum with over 60. We don't have anyone in the team that's over 60, but maybe if if this defensive stack does really well against Brentford. Clean sheet here for Zenit against Lokomotiv Moscow. Frankowski, 7th against 10th. Lens against Nantes. Zeko away to Udinese. Things could happen. Specialist League. This was again the same format. 2 players under 40. That was El Caroni. and Segawa was the two players under or equal to 40 as the recent 15 average. Papu Gomez, that's a disappointing score. Sevilla at home to Cadiz, I thought this was his game. Honestly did. Segawa, Shonan Belair's striker. Decent fixture. CDK, Sorare in goals. I would say this is quite a competitive team, you know, but Papu Gomez just having a dead game at home to Cadiz kills it in my eyes. Underdog, all 5 of these have to be below 45 recent average. We went double time with the strikers. Diego Oliveira, he's just... I was deciding between... I had 3 strikers for this team. I went with Diego Oliveira and Isaac Success. Diego Oliveira, man, he just can't do anything, can he? Like, who is this guy? Anyway, all of these guys under 45 recent average. Hopefully we can see some greens, get ourselves a card. Take you to the limited streets now, where All-Star looking very strong. We have a Stade stack. Vinny up front with Sorare and goals again. With 3 of those David Sorare goalkeepers in the limited tier, by the way. This goalkeeper, Maximenko, was bought for 0.038 ETH. He was bought just for this game because I had no under 23 keeper. You might say, Sven, was it even worth buying a keeper for this game week when your outfielders are a bit dead anyway? But hey, I love having teams lined out. We have Zion Fleming, the decisive master. Although sadly against Feyenoord, hopefully he can get something together, some sort of assist or goal. Felipe Romans and Wouter Berger, really nice midfielders. Should be scoring quite well for me. They've just been doing great lately and they don't need to rely on assists or goals to get points. Lindsay with a bad fixture. I think it will come down to a clean sheet from this keeper if this team wants to be live. Champion Europe. We have a defensive Hoffenheim stack with Inter defender Skriniar and Kalanoglu as captain away to Udinese. Okay, yeah. It would be nice putting Edin Dzeko in here instead of Merlin now that I think about it. But whatever. Quinton Merlin. We were bullish on Quinton Merlin. Young guy with a forward card who plays in midfield, who plays in defense. He's just been dropped a couple of times by Nantes. And I'm like, what's going on here, Quinton? Challenger Europe team. We have the Guilherme defender. I'm really, really hoping to get this guy's rare card so I can stack him with their Konyaspor's keeper. I might have chosen the wrong captain here. No, Guilherme, with this fixture, Guilherme is an absolute beast. Let's see if we can get his scores. His recent 5 scores should be a decent indication. Yeah, there we go. 61, 72, 61, 89. Come on now. You can see why he's captain. He's also got Ketchy as the midfielder beside him. Sven Combs, Jurgen Larsson. It's an okay team. America with Orlando's keeper Pedro Galiz. John Tolkien and Sean Nealis both playing away to Chicago Fire for New York Red Bulls. Hopefully we can see some defensive magic happen here. Some synergy between the New York Red Bull defenders. Robin Lod with a tricky fixture. And then Javier Hernandez, aka Chikorito, away to Real Salt Lake. No better captain for the job. My Asia team, there was a lot of rotating done last minute. And was it even completed? Yeah, like we could have chose Elber. We could have chose another striker. We have a Cerezo Osaka, defender and main man Ricky Harakawa as captain. He's just a great scorer again. Let's see, can we get a little indication to his recent scores. Tanaka, midfielder for Bel Air. I'm thinking maybe I can't do anything now, but I swap this Elber guy who's playing for Yokohama and take out this Segawa guy. So then we have the Shonen synergy here. So then we would have had Segawa and Tanaka for Shonen at home. I think that was the option, and then put Elber in my underdog team. Anyway, hindsight's a great thing. Let me take you to the rares. This is my bread and butter. These are the big boy leagues now. So my mate just told me to take away these Stade players after the deadline closed. So I don't know if, Stade are just, the whole team is COVID or what's going on. But very nice stack. Hoping that everyone plays. This is this Konyaspor goalkeeper that I talked about stacking with Guilherme. Great keeper. Just getting really expensive lately as people are starting to realize how good he is. Really solid team here. Stadio Rene with like one of the best fixtures of the whole game week at home to Saint Etienne. Josh Cullen was the final piece to this team. I just wanted someone who was going to be consistently getting 55s, like a good AA scorer. Josh Cullen slots right into this team because we have 4 big scorers here, and then someone just to round it off with nice consistent scores. Just makes a team. All-Star Pro. We have multiple Pro teams lined out while only utilizing 1 super rare card. Now, what do you think about that? Please let me know in the comments if you've had any experience or you ran any data on only running 1 super rare in a Pro division. Here, you're going to see a common team of a Groningen stack. We have a lot of Groningen players. They're a young team. They're a mid-table Dutch team. They are playing away to Walwick. Walwick are in 15th in the league right now. They're really bad at scoring goals and just creating chances in general. So I should be seeing some good points scored from the defensive Groningen players. We're going to see that again in my other teams. Sociedad away to Vallecano. Michael Marino and Isaac. Hopefully a goal and an assist between them. At least. And then we have Fontas, who we actually took out of our America Pro team and slotted it into this team. You'll see why in a second. Move down to the under-23s. My best team every week, but hasn't been getting to success lately. The forward position was up for rotation. We put in Jesus Ferreira in the end. Again, and the same reason why Fontas made it into this All-Star Pro. I'll jump down to the America. Jesus Ferreira was here in Darian Asprilla's spot for our Pro team. But once we got word that Asprilla was likely to start away to Colorado Rapids, we're just incentivized to go for the full Portland Timbers offensive stack. Paredes, Yimichara, Asprilla. We took Jesus Ferreira out of this forward spot, put him into the under-23s. And then we also took out Fontas, who was the other super rare before Asprilla was in the team. Put him in an All-Star Pro. This is a great fixture. Kansas at home to Dallas. Fontas a great scorer. Did everything like... I start working on my team 6 hours before deadline, and then honestly 20 minutes before deadline I'm like shit and I'm scrambling. What is that? Can anyone relate, or have I got issues? Under 23 Pro, another example of just using 1 super rare card when we can use a maximum of 2. Kosi Tani, Ozern Wafer with a great fixture. Obliakov just a fucking consistent beast. Quinton Merlin, Dicey, and Valverde, no better captain at home to Espanyol. Should work the magic, regardless if Modric is by his side. And I think Modric will not be by his side for what it's worth, as they'll rest him for that second leg against City. Champion Europe, we have Mane and Fabinho with the Liverpool stack, and then a defensive Leverkusen stack with Tapsoba and Ta against Frankfurt. Okay. Definitely some decent fixtures here. Hopefully things can come together. Our boy Bowman with a clean sheet against Freiburg. Mane with a goal. Fabinho with a nice 55 AA score. Who knows? Champion Pro, our brand new signing Delafo, Udinese forward, who's just been on some fire form recently. Udinese have shot up from 17th all the way up to 12th in Serie A. Look at these scores, man. This guy was 0.3 for his rare card. Let's see now what we've got, the one at floor price. We didn't even negotiate. We just snapped up his floor. Yeah, and not much has changed since. But I think he's a really good price, Delafau. And also we already have Wallace, centre defensive midfielder, Brazilian Udinese, anchorman as we called him. So yeah, Champion Europe team starting to see a bit of synergy. We were very undecided about Ajorc, playing him against PSG. They managed to score 3 goals. And I noticed this a lot. I see my players have PSG as a fixture and I'm like, oh, PSG, oh no. PSG just always seem to get beaten or get just challenged by these smaller French teams. Strasbourg are a top 5 French team, so calling them smaller is a bit of an exaggeration. But we're going to go to the Challenger stack now. One of my favorite teams I've lined out. As you can see, everybody playing at home. We'll start with the Trabzonspor lads. Trabz on top of the Turkish league have absolutely dominated that division this year. Hamsik and Cornelius, their central midfielder, and their centre striker, their centre forward. High hopes for these two, especially with Cornelius just bagging a goal in the last game. You know how confidence is a big factor for forwards. And then you got Jean Boutez at home to the champions. Actually, this fixture isn't amazing, so maybe he'll have a lot of goalkeeping to do. So his AA score will look decent. Ozern Wafer, the captain. Watch this guy just bang out a 93 AA score, or like a 93 score from AA alone. Nicola Moro, amazing fixture. Could have actually captained Moro, was probably... But then again, I could have captained Hamsik. Hamsik, not guaranteed to play. Very high chance of him playing. Ozern Wafer, guaranteed to play. So this is why this is where the captaincy comes from. Challenger Europe Pro, again, one super rare card utilized. In the defensive Groningen stack once again. Mike Tueric. We have Peter and Casanwirjo. Groningen get this clean sheet against Walvik. And we're laughing all the way to the bank. Jurgen Larsson up front for that Groningen side. Let's go Groningen. I'm going to stream and watch the Groningen game along. Because it's just going to be so fucking lit. Not for a while though. For most of you it's going to be the 1st of January. It's going to be the 1st of January, which will be evening time. Evening time on Sunday, okay. America. Slanina nearly didn't even get into any of my teams. Because we also have Brad Stuver. With a better XP boost. But we put in Slanina. Facundo Almada is a very tricky choice. Or should I say a very bold choice. Because he's not a consistent starter. But when he plays, he just does the business. And he has played the last 2 in a row. Sorare Sharp have him at 80% to play. He's in my defensive spot. Yimi Chara. Again, you're going to see Yimi Chara captained. Oh no, sorry. Yimi Chara in both teams. Johnny Russell captained at home to Dallas. And then we have Real Salt Lake's Pablo Ruiz, another amazing AA scorer. So we have some really nice AA scorers here in Slanina, Almada and Ruiz. And then decisive beasts, Yimi Chara and Russell. High hopes for the American team. Maybe you've got different thoughts. And this America Pro that we referenced already, the offensive Portland Timbers stack. Yimi Esprilla and Paredes. Kai Wagner away to Nashville. I do own an Arujo defender for LA Galaxy who scored very well against Nashville last week, who was also a fullback. So a little bit of bias there. My last fullback to play against Nashville just did really well. So that's why we're putting in Kai Wagner away to Nashville. Lucas Hoyos we bought a few weeks ago. Really nice on paper. He hasn't bagged a clean sheet for us since we bought him. That's okay. That's all right. Now down to our Asia team's defensive stack. Once again, the exact same line out every week for this Asia Rare. It's the Nagoya combined with Sanfrecce Hiroshima stack. Can't say much else about it. Sho Inagaki captained every week. Excuse me. And yeah, Asia Pro. We have a defensive Kashiwa Raysalt stack. Now, Kashiwa Raysalt have just completely fallen off recently, which obviously has not been good for my Asia Pro team. Thiago Santana has snuck into this team. Just back from injury, bagged 2 goals in his last game. And yeah, that wraps up my teams for the week, lads. I hear somebody coming, so better bounce. I appreciate you enjoying the video. Hit a thumbs up. It'll really help me get this content off the ground. And enjoy the So Rare grind, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.